कमाल भाई बोल रहे लिंक नहीं मिला उन्हें। चलिए, तो सबसे पहले मैं आपको बता दूं कि पिछले क्लास में हमने वी हैव स्टार्टेड डूइंग दिस इन द लास्ट क्लास वी स्टार्टेड विद द अर्निंग पर शेयर। अर्निंग पर शेयर्स में हमने बताया था कि इनकम अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर डिवाइडेड बाय वेटेड एवरेज नंबर ऑफ द कॉमन शेयर्स। तो वेटेड एवरेज नंबर ऑफ कॉमन शेयर्स में वी हैव लर्न how to calculate the weighted average number of the shares. We have taken the two kind of example. One is like you issued some of the shares in mid of the year, so in that case you have to take the weightage of that period. Okay, and the second calculations we were doing about the stock dividend and the split dividend. So stock dividend or split dividends, so stock dividend whatever the period is for the previous, we will take the same period for the stock dividend. Split up is just the convergence of the higher value of the shares into the lower denomination. That is the only things. So these questions I believe I was doing, by that time the internet got a problem. So I will just start with this sawal only, in this question only. Okay, so the question was here. So the question, how the weighted number of shares to be calculated. So on the first day of January we have 100,000 of shares. So 100,000, since it is for all 12 months, so we will give the weightage of 12 month. Okay, so 12 by 12. The other, what happened, we issued the shares. 80,000 share were issued on 1st April. 80,000 shares was issued on 1st April. So 18,000 shares we have issued on 1st April. It means how many months we kept? We are giving 9 month of weightage. 9 month of weightage. On the top, what happened? We have said on 1st July 10% stock dividend was issued. 10% stock dividend was issued. So first of all, we will calculate the number of dividend outstanding. So the outstanding shares as on first, like as on 1st July, for us the number was around 160,000. So on the same day we have a 10% dividend. 10% dividend. So 10% dividend, how much numbers we will give? We will give the 10% of the same, because this again 80,000 we will give, but that is only valid, it takes the period from the main shares. तो main shares 9 month का था, so 80,000 will get the 9 month only. तो हम 10% कितना हो जाएगा जी? 100, 16,000 हो जाएगा. 160,000 का 10% 16,000 हो जाता है, 16,000 हो जाता है. उसके बाद क्या होता है? they said that 18,000 treasury share was repurchased. The treasury is nothing, it is a buyback of shares. तो आप buyback of shares जब करते हो तो what you do, जितना period which you are not going to use उतना period को आप minus करोगे. तो 18,000 के ऊपर how much period you are not going to use, you need to calculate those. So since you are doing on the 1st September, so September, October, November, December, I believe 4 months. So you give the weightage of 4 months. So how the value will be determined? This is going to be the minus. तो आपका 6,000 उसकी minus value बनेगी. So all together the value is 170,000 in your hand, On the 31st of December, they decided to split the shares into the two. For every shares, they will get the two. So multiply by 2. So the outstanding total number of shares. Total number of shares, you want to know how much is the total outstanding number of shares. So you can simply say that you have 340,000. The 170 was the basic calculation, but you have done the shares split. So that's why you are giving for one share, two share for every one share. So 170 will be counted as 340. तो ये एक calculation है which you can expect in exam. And actually you are not going to get the same, but you will get the application of this learning when you are calculating the earning per share. On the top I told you two things. When it comes to the earning available for equity shareholder, by that time you need to see whether it is a cumulative or non-cumulative. So if it is a non-cumulative, a company has not given the dividend to the preference shareholder, you will not reduce any amount for the preference dividend. If it is a cumulative, even though company has not declared or given any dividend, but you have to reduce it to get the earning available for equity shareholder. That was the key point. हाजी साहब, हेलो, किसी के मन में कोई सवाल है क्या? Now we are going to learn something good thing which is called earning per share and basic earning per share, and that is the another concept is called diluted shares, diluted DPS, diluted per share. Okay, diluted earning per share. So for moving forward, उससे पहले we need to understand how it's actually work. यानी diluted, why we need to calculate, because as per IFRS we have to report earning per share, basic earning per share and diluted EPS. Both we have to show on the face of financial statement. ठीक है जी. तो अब situations क्या आता है कि like in your capital structure, where an entity issue other instrument than the converted into the common shares, and though therefore the diluted EPS of common shares. So what is happened, which is actually dilutive in nature? So there are certain things where you have given in the covenant. Covenant का मतलब होता है कि उसके क्लॉज में आपने लिख के दिया है कि this will be converted into the equity share. So in that case you have to always calculate the diluted EPS to understand if this will happen, so what is going to be the impact on the earning per share. This is very important from the exam point of view, so please don't miss any line. आप मेरे से 2 बार पूछ सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आई डोंट माइंड. तो सबसे पहले बोल रहा है कि पोटेंशियल डाइल्यूटिव सिचुएशंस कब बनेगी. तो पहला सिचुएशन बनता है कि व्हेन यू आर इशूइंग द कन्वर्टेबल सिक्योरिटीज. कन्वर्टेबल सिक्योरिटीज का मतलब क्या होता है? कन्वर्टेबल प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स हो सकते हैं, कन्वर्टेबल बॉन्ड्स हो सकते हैं. तो कन्वर्टेबल प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स कैसे होंगे कि उसके कोवेनेंट में यानी उसके क्लॉज में लिखा रहेगा कि इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इंस्टेड ऑफ गेटिंग रिडेम्पशंस, यू हैव द ऑप्शन टू गेट इट converted into the equity shareholder. So in that case it has a potentials of dilutive securities. The name is convertible preference shares या convertible bonds. दूसरा हो सकता है warrant or other options. So in the warrant and other options the company gives that okay you can issue, they can give the option to the warrant holder or option holder. Okay, now instead of getting money you can subscribe our equity shareholder. So that is also going to be the dilutive in nature. The contract that may settle in cash or stock, not included in DPS if the circumstance that the contract will be paid in cash. अगर आपका पेमेंट ऑप्शन कैश में है तो डाइल्यूशन में उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा. The only it will come when it is the settle in going to be in stock. ठीक है. बोला कंटिंजेंट शेयर डू नॉट रिक्वायर द कैश कंसिडरेशन एंड डिपेंड अपॉन सम फ्यूचर इवेंट्स एंड सर्टेन कंडीशंस बीइंग मेट. तो उसमें कंटिंजेंट शेयर्स भी कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स हो सकते हैं, कुछ ऐसी सिक्योरिटीज हो सकती है जिसमें आपने उन्हें ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है कि ओके you will have the option to get the equity share at the time of redemption or getting your payment. तो यहाँ पे इसके जो इम्पैक्ट होता है वो क्या होता है? सबसे पहले नॉमिनेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर. तो दो चीजों को समझते हैं. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द नॉमिनेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट हियर. सो व्हेन यू से द अर्निंग पर शेयर, अर्निंग पर शेयर का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? अर्निंग अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर डिवाइड बाय नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स, नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स, ठीक है जी। तो अर्निंग अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर डिवाइड बाय नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स। तो अभी हमने आपके साथ वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस हाउ द अर्निंग अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड। सो जस्ट आई एम टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल कि आपके पास प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स जो है वो है 20,000 एंड यू हैव नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर है say 5,000. It means what is the basic EPS? 4। तो ये एक नॉर्मल सा कंडीशन है। यहाँ पे मैं आपके साथ बताने चाह रहा हूँ कि ये नॉमिनेटर है, दिस इज द डिनोमिनेटर। देयर इज अ टू फैक्टर्स, वन इज द नॉमिनेटर, सेकंड इज द डिनोमिनेटर। व्हेन देयर इज अ डाइल्यूटिव, देन व्हेन देयर इज अ डाइल्यूशन, वो एक हेड से निकल के इक्विटी शेयर में आ जाएगा। तो उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा? तो द फर्स्ट इम्पैक्ट विल बी कि मान लो इफ द बॉन्ड इज गेटिंग डाइल्यूटेड, तो बॉन्ड को जो इंटरेस्ट आप पे कर रहे थे, द अमाउंट विच यू आर पेइंग एज अ इंटरेस्ट टू द बॉन्ड, नाउ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू पे दैट, सो इट मीन्स द नेट इनकम विल गेट इंक्रीज्ड, but on the same time your denominator will also get increased because those debenture holder now becomes the equity share of your company. So ultimately the impact ki denominator and denominator both is going to be increased, ठीक है जी। तो दोनों आपका क्या हो जाएगा? इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। अब आपको करना क्या है कि यू हैव टू डू सम एडजस्टमेंट, ठीक है। और वो एडजस्टमेंट कैसे होता है? तो इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग एंड डूइंग ऑल दिस थिंग, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम द न्यूमेरिकल्स एंड इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज एग्जाम में इसके ऊपर एक सवाल रहेगा ही रहेगा। इफ आई एम रॉन्ग यू कैन आस्क फ्रॉम अशरफ आल्सो बिकॉज ही हैज बीन इन एग्जाम लास्ट टाइम। ये डायलूटिव का कोई सम्स था क्या अशरफ भाई? हेलो, रहेगा ना? चलो, लेकिन अभी जो सवाल आप करने वाले हो ना, ये अपने आप में कंप्लीट तेरा मेरा ही सवाल है, बट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वेरी क्लियरली। अभी आपको एक एक चीज समझना है इधर, ठीक है। तो सबसे पहले बोल रहा है सीपीएस कंपनी हैज अ नेट इनकम ऑफ 932 नेट इनकम दिया हुआ है। क्या दिया हुआ है साहब? नेट इनकम दिया हुआ है। कितना? 932 दिया हुआ है। द कंपनी हैड द फॉलोइंग कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर थ्रू आउट द ईयर। क्या दिया हुआ है साहब? इसके पास है प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स 100 par, इट मींस द फेस वैल्यू इज 100, 8% क्यूमुलेटिव। क्यूमुलेटिव का मतलब whether dividend paid or not paid, you have to reduce it from your net income to get the income available for equity share holder। अभी आपने 4 शेयर है आपके पास 100 का, तो 4 मल्टीप्लाई बाई 100 करते तो कितने की वैल्यू बनती? 400 की बनती। अभी इसके ऊपर आपको देने कितने हैं साहब? 8%। सो इट मीन्स what is the income available for equity shareholder is 900, 900, ठीक है जी। अब 900 है और आपके पास नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर कितने हैं? 100 है। नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर इज हाउ मच? 100। इट मीन व्हाट इज योर बेसिक ईपीएस? ये क्लियर लग रहा है? 9 आ जाएगा। ये एकदम आपका बचपना का फॉर्मूला है, इट्स वेरी इजी, यू कैन कोरिलेट। बट नाउ द ट्विस्ट इज हियर। व्हाट इज दैट? सिंस इट इज अ convertible into 10 share of common share, each convertible into 10 share। तो सबसे पहले नंबर ऑफ कन्वर्टेबल शेयर्स कोई बता सकता है क्या? नंबर ऑफ कन्वर्टेबल शेयर्स कोई बता सकता है क्या? एनीबडी कैन टेक द करेज, डू द ऑनर प्लीज. 10 multiply by 4, so it means 40. What is the revised number of equities कितना होगा? नंबर ऑफ इक्विटीज रिवाइज होकर कितना आएगा साहब? 140. एंड व्हाट इज द रिवाइज्ड अर्निंग पर शेयर? रिवाइज्ड व्हाट? अर्निंग अवेलेबल फॉर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर. Now before it was 900, since the preference dividend is now not payable, no more payable, because they are converted into the equity share. So you will do add preference dividend. So what is that? 32. So it means you will say that 932 is now revised okay. So what is your DPS, diluted earning per share? How much? 6.65. कितना आएगा साहब? 6.65. 6.65. अब इसका मतलब क्या है कि ये डाइल्यूटिव बहुत ज्यादा है. It means if that guy has exercised that option, your income will get reduced from 9 to 6.4, because since that guy has a fixed dividend, because they were the preference shareholder. Now if you give them the option to come as an equity shareholder, your overall earning will get reduced from 9 to 6.4. तो ये आप क्या बोलोगे कि ये बहुत डाइल्यूटिव है. As it is very dilutive because it is a less than basic earning per share. तो अब आप जो opinion दोगे, you will say that now instead of asking them to come as a equity, we have to find some other source, or we have to reissue the same denomination preference share to the market, so that our equities earning will not get diluted. अभी मेरा जो ओपिनियन है आप समझ पा रहे हो ना? Insad bhai, are you getting my opinion? Hello? Are you there or no? Shahid bhai, are you there? Are you able to understand my opinion as a being a finance? What I should say him? As a finance, as a cost accountant, I can say that my brother, I know you have given him the option to convert into the equity shareholder, but now you don't know the post impact. Your post impact is going to dilute your income, our equity shareholder income. So instead of exercising the same option, can we reissue the same denomination of preference shares to the market and repay the old debenture holder? Because either they can come as equity or they will get their money. So it's better to give their money and let them go, so that your basic income will not get diluted. ठीक है जी? Is it clear now? Okay, there is one more situation which is not here. I am going to discuss now, and that is very, very, very important from the exam point of view, because you can get the same situation in exam. Okay. Now please be with me, because this is very important part of this section. Basic earning per share, diluted per shares, the people are really getting stuck with these things. अभी कुछ डाउट है मेरे से आप पूछो, 2 बार पूछो, 5 बार पूछो. I don't mind in explaining the same things, but I want you to understand the concept. Now, what is the situation? The company has a 900 of net income. The question number 2. This option is question number 2. The company has $900 of net income. So you write net income here. How much? 900. Okay, now the option is with whom? With the debenture holder, with the bond. Bond is like a debenture. They are the loan provider for you. So this option is available to whom? To the debenture holder. Okay. Now what is the option? The company has 900 net income of the year and the effective tax rate is 30%. The company has the following capital structure throughout the year: a 6% convertible bond of 100,000, 6% of convertible bond of 1000 face value, convertible into 20 shares for the common stock, and that जो value है convertible bonds की, that is again 1000. So it means this one bond face value कितना का है? वन बॉन्ड का फेस वैल्यू कितना है? 1000, और आपके पास टोटल जो आउटस्टैंडिंग वैल्यू है कितने की है? 1000. तो नंबर ऑफ बॉन्ड कितने हो गए आपके पास अभी एज ऑफ नाउ? नंबर ऑफ बॉन्ड 1000 बाई 1000. तो आपके पास नंबर ऑफ बॉन्ड कितने हैं साहब? 1 है, एक है. अब आपने बोलना है कि फॉर वन बॉन्ड हाउ मेनी शेयर्स यू आर गिविंग. तो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स आप क्या दे रहे हो? 20. अभी एग्जिस्टिंग में, ओल्ड एग्जिस्टिंग क्या है? Existing number of shares is how much? 100. So what is the basic EPS? 900 divided by 100, 9. ये आपका अभी का सिचुएशन है. Now your what is going to be your revised number? रिवाइज नंबर कितना हो जाएगा? कैन somebody guide me? भाई साहब, नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी 100 was there, 20 you added. Now old earning was how much? 900. Since now this bond is no more, bond exist ही नहीं करता है, so it means your income, because now you will not provide any what, any interest. तो अभी वो आपकी सेविंग ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कह सकते हो आप, सेविंग ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. बट हाउ मच यू आर एक्चुअली सेविंग? इंटरेस्ट वॉज कितना? 1000 का कितना परसेंट? 6%. 1000 का कितना? 6%. बट व्हाट विल बी आफ्टर टैक्स? देयर इज अ टैक्स ऑफ 30%. so into 1 minus 0.3, so it means 70% you are basically saving. So you will write interest after tax is how much? 42. So how much you are going to save? 42. So what is your revised earning? ठीक है जी साहब, 942 is your revised earning. कितने हैं आपके? 942 is your revised earning. So diluted per share आपने चेक करना है, earning per share. So diluted earning per share will be 942 divided by 120, so 7.85. So what is now? Again you will give the option, your EPS is getting diluted and it becomes 7 points. So it is again dilutive because it's a less than your basic. So here your opinion should be same. Instead of giving the option to convert, we will go for the another option, borrow the money, repay to this, at the same interest rate, it's better, because here again, if you are giving them the opportunity to convert into the equity, you are actually losing your part. So now this part is little tricky, because it is a debenture interest. Debenture interest is the interest, it's what, it's give you the benefit of taxation. So it's a tax saving instrument for you. You got it or no? अभी किसी के मन में कोई सवाल है तो बता भाई, because in exams you are going to face the same situation, so it's better ask me today if you have any question in your mind, because this is the main tricky part of this chapter. हाँ जी, शाहिद भाई, you got the, you got to understand or no? Huh? What? Okay. If you have, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, because these are the things which. Hmm. No problem, for sure. I'll be also sharing some of the problem, but first thing is to understand the concept. Okay, now we are going to discuss how the treasury stock is actually impacting. Like here's the options. Warrant options used as a treasury stock methods. So now understand from this. WC company has a 900 net income, and below is the company structure throughout the year. 100 and 100. WN company has also unexercised stock option to purchase the 40 shares of common stock at 15 per share outstanding at the beginning and the end of the year. The average market price of WTO WNO stock was 20 during the year. So first of all, the question is there, it is still outstanding. Nobody has exercised that option. Please try to understand. Nobody has exercised the option. So number of denominator has not get increased. Number of denominator has not get increased. तो अभी क्या होएगा? अभी earning per share will be same. So what is he is writing? ठीक है. Exercise option has no effect on the earning denominator. अगर exercise हुआ तो. So now the second option saying that 40 option would increase the number of shares outstanding by 40. So what is happen here? The 40 share of the common stock as 15 outstanding at the beginning. So the 40 into 15, what is the option price? Option money is how much? 600. And what is the average market price of 20? So if you divide by 20, it means 30 number of shares will get increased. And that calculation really matters, because you sometimes miss this calculation. 40% has the option to exercise the shares at 15 per share at the beginning, whereas the market price यानी 15 में वो ले सकता है. मार्केट प्राइस कितने का है? 20 का है. तो उसके जो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स एक्सरसाइज होंगे ना, वो कम होंगे. इसका मतलब 40 multiplies by 15, that is going to be the 6000, that is the option value, and divide by average market price to get the treasury stock. Yani how much need to be purchased. So that he is saying that okay, 30 treasury stock would be repurchased. There is an option. So diluted effect is how much? बताइए आपकी बेटा. हाँ हाँ कोई नहीं, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, बोल रहा है कि डाइल्यूशंस का व्हेन द पीपल एक्सरसाइजिंग दिस ऑप्शन, तो उसके कारण एक्चुअल में इम्पैक्ट क्या हो रहा है, तो बोल रहा है कि एक 10 नंबर ऑफ शेयर से इंक्रीज हो जाता है. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो हमारे पास पहले से जो 100 था और हमने 40 उस पर ऐड करना था और 30 माइनस करना है, 40 ऐड करना और 30 माइनस करना है. इट मीन्स 100 प्लस 40 minus 30. So the net impact is 110. So the number of shares will be 110, and on the top there will be no other impact because the income has not yet increased. So what is the rule here? First बोलता है nominator, यानी ऊपर में बोला earning will no impact. Denominator में first increase the share by the number would be issued if the options are exercised, then decrease the shares by the number that would have been repurchased by the company at the average common market price during the year that proceeds to exercise. It means the company is not actually issuing the shares. The company has given the option, okay, you can exercise the shares, but to cater that option, the company has to buy the shares from markets. So in that case, what happened? The company has issued 40 share, and company has done the buyback of 30 share from the market. So overall increase of this option is 10. So the number of increased, yani denominator has increased from 100 to 110. So your diluted EPS is how much? 8.18. Again, this is dilutive because it is less than the basic per share. Okay, so here are just the calculations which is not going to impact. Now you have already learned the 2-3 process. Now the dividend payout ratio. This is the very common, this is very basic formula. The common dividend divided by earning available to common per shares. That is called the dividend payout ratio. The dividend yield from the which perspective? From the investor's perspective, because who wanted to understand what is the yield? The investor wanted to realize by the investor. So this is from the investor's perspective. So annual dividend per shares divided by market price per share. So this is the calculations for dividend yield. कितना उसकी अर्निंग है. Yield is nothing, it's like a earning. कितना हार्वेस्ट करके जो मिलता है, that is called the yield. Again, this is a formula which is called the sustainable equity growth. So sustainable equity growth is the return on equity multiplied by 1 minus dividend payout. Return on equity multiplied by 1 minus dividend payout. Dividend payout you have already done here. Dividend payout ratio is what? Common dividend divided by earning per share. It means you give 40 and you have an earning of 100. It means you have a dividend payout is how much? How much? 40%. तो अगर आपका dividend payout 40% है, इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब you have kept 60%. 1 minus dividend payout का मतलब क्या? कितना आपने रिटेन्ड कर लिया, कितना आपने रिटेन्ड कर लिया, हाउ मच यू हैव रिटेन्ड. तो रिटेन्ड परसेंटेज ऑफ रिटेन्ड मल्टीप्लाई बाय, तो यू कैन बेसिकली यू कैन यूज टू फार्मूला. वन इज लाइक ओके 1 माइनस डिविडेंड पे आउट, और द अदर फार्मूला इज लाइक हाउ मच यू हैव रिटेन्ड. तो रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी मल्टीप्लाई बाय रिटेन्ड, इफ यू डू you will get the sustainable growth formula. If the firms grow at a rate greater than its sustainable, it will need the additional capital from the debt or equity. अगर फॉर्म के पास अगर ऑप्शन is growing more than the, then he will need the additional funding. That is the key line. Return on capital investment, return on asset, and return on equities. There is a three parameters to check the business efficiency, how the business is performing against the assets or against the capital. The first is saying against the capital. Degree of profit in relation to against the capital employed, that is called the return on investment. The second relation is to identify against the asset. The third is against to own capital, that is called owned, or the residual capital, that is called equity. So you have to understand from the three perspective, and it's technique, it's fully formula based thing. Now the profitability, you have a profit margin, that is called the GP margin. We all knows that gross profit divided by sales is equal multiply by 100 is the GP margin. Operating margin is operating income divided by sales multiply by 100, just to present in the percentage. The net income is net income margin is equal to net income divided by sales. Here there is a question, you can find all these things. The first thing was the gross profit. So gross profit was how much? This minus this, if you do, so you have around 55 by 100 is the 55%. You have the operating what is the second formula? Operating margin. So you need to understand first the operating income. So operating income, how much? 55 minus 35. If you do something, you have 50, these two add. So what will be happening? They are just adding these two. There is another way of doing it. So there is a operating is 20, 55 minus 35 is the 2 million, और the 2 million divided by 10 million is equal to 20%. ये आपका निकल के आ गया. नेट इनकम का फॉर्मूला ये हो गया कि आपने नेट पॉजिटिव इंटरेस्ट दिया हुआ है, यानी अब इसके बाद यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट द नेट इनकम. Net income is how much? Net income is 15.5 divided by 10 million is equal to 15.5%. This is a simple pure formula. There is another is the return on investment. For your ease purpose, you can do one thing. You can write all the formula on one page, so that, and keep revising, so that it will be in your mind. When you go for the exam, you don't need to open many pages. You can go it from the one page and it will be fine for you. The other is like return on ROI. ROI is equal to what? Net income of the business unit income divided by assets of the units. So total investment in the asset, that is called the return on investment. The return on asset means not on the, again this is just an average asset. When we say the average asset, the total asset of the beginning plus asset of the closing divided by 2. That is the way how we calculate the average asset. एग्जाम का एक सवाल आता है कि डू पॉइंट मॉडल ऑफ कैलकुलेटिंग दी डू पॉइंट. देयर इज अ डुअल, डू मतलब डुअल पॉइंट्स, देयर इज अ टू वे डुअल पॉइंट, यानी 2 पॉइंट्स पे यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग योर ROA. अगेन दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फार्मूला because they are asking the do point ROA. So first what they do net income divided by sales, यानी कि net margin multiply by asset turnover. If you do all these calculations, you basically find the net income divided by average total assets. But you are doing the calculation taking the two different formula, two different ratio. That's why it's called do point model. Model breaks apart from the formula of ROA and calculate the ROA by multiplying the net margin by the asset turnover. So it is very clear saying that you are basically calculating the two ratio and giving the and trying to understand the product, trying to understand their result. That what how the do ROA model works. Even if you don't remember all the formula, you can write like this: net income divided by total asset. Your answer will be same. But when it comes to the write up, you need to write it very clearly. Two point model break the formula ROA and calculate ROA by multiply the net margin multiply by the asset turnover. That you have to write it. In the essay, you can get this kind of question. Okay. So the return on equity is very clear. Net income divided by total equity. When I say the total equity, it means total equity, everything. Common shareholder after deduction of his payments and preference dividend, whatever जो भी बचा रहेगा वो लेना पड़ेगा. Equity shares के अंदर में जो भी रहेगा उसको लेना पड़ेगा. आरओई को भी किस तरह से आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, टोटल एसेट डिवाइड बाय आरओई कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड नेट इनकम डिवाइड बाय एवरेज टोटल डिवाइड बाय आरओई। इसका मतलब ये होता है कि ये जो फार्मूला आपने लिखा था टोटल एसेट डिवाइड बाय एवरेज इक्विटी, वो आपके फाइनेंशियल लीवरेज रेशियो का फार्मूला था विच आई हैव डिस्कस्ड बिफोर अर्लियर। तो आपके कभी कभी क्या रहेगा, you are not provided all the information but you will be provided this is the ROA and this is the financial leverage ratio. So in that case, you instead of going and finding many things, it is easy to multiply these two factors and get the ROE. तो financial leverage ratio का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है, एसेट बाय इक्विटी। इक्विटी आपके एसेट में कितना है, दैट हाउ द फाइनेंशियल लीवरेज शोज। ठीक है, इसमें कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा नहीं है, ये सिर्फ फार्मूला है। आप अगर एक एक बार एक प्लेन पेपर पे लिख के कर लोगे, यू कैन इजिली डू ऑल दिस फार्मूला। ठीक है जी। सो नाउ आई एम नॉट मूविंग फॉरवर्ड फर्दर, बट मैं आपसे चाहता हूं कि आपने when you come tomorrow in like in the Sunday class, you should know, you have read limitation of ratio analysis, very theoretical things, you should understand how it works. Economic profit and accounting profit I will ask from you people. I'm not going to explain. What is called the earning quality, how do you define this earning quality, that you have to tell me. Earning persistence कैसे काम करता है, how well you are earning, ये सारा उसका लॉजिक है, ये आपको एक रीड करके आना पड़ेगा। बुक वैल्यू पर शेयर्स तो आपने पढ़ ही लिया है, बुक के साथ कॉमन शेयर्स का जो रेशियो है वो क्या है, वो तो आपको एक फार्मूला है, दैट आई विल शो यू। book value per shares, it is like purely the ratio which I will tell you, no problem. Market to equity, again this is the formula. This now you need to go through by yourself. Market to book ratio, you have to do it. Price earning ratio, you just write all the formula in a single page. किसी ने भी एक ने करके सबको शेयर कर दिया, that is fine. Yield ratio, again this is from the point of view of investors. Earning divided by market, that is 1 by PE ratio, that is also called the earning yield, that is from the perspective of investor. प्राइस चेंज और इन्फ्लेशन का क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा वो अब मैं आपको बताऊंगा, बिकॉज इसके ऊपर भी एग्जाम में एक सवाल है, सो दैट आई विल डू इट फॉर यू. So now just one day more is required to complete all these things for the section 1. Okay, the rest I wanted you to read before you come in next session, and I am requesting Mr. Sahit to write all the formula what is used here on a page and share with us. Mr. Sahit, is it fine for you? सारे फार्मूला जितने भी इस सेक्शन में यूज हो, चलो गुड हो गया, सो दैट चलो गुड हो गया। तो शाहिद भाई आप पढ़ गए होगे क्या? Okay, because you need to read this first. And now on Sunday I am finishing these sections and I am moving for the numericals. So before moving to numericals, I wanted you, all of you, just to revise all the formula. Okay. So see you on Sunday. What? कर लेंगे, कोई मसला नहीं. ओके चलो, ओके चलो क्लोज